Enoch. In his tale, let's talk about a story from the ancient world. A story about a man who supposedly took a journey unlike any other. His name was Enoch. In his tale, which comes from old texts like the second book of Enoch, describes this incredible guided tour of the cosmos itself, all 10 levels of heaven. It's a journey that claims to reveal the very blueprint of reality. So let's dive into what he supposedly saw.
You know, it's one of those big questions, isn't it? Has anyone ever actually gone to the other side, seen what's there, and then come back to tell the tale? It really sounds like the stuff of legends, but one ancient story claims, yeah, it actually happened.
And that's exactly where the story of Enoch comes in. According to these old writings, he's the one. He's the man whose journey was meant to completely change how humanity saw the universe, and maybe even our place in it. So let's set the scene. Enoch is 365 years old. He's resting all by himself when this strange sadness just washes over him. And as he's sleeping, two beings unlike anything you could imagine on Earth, appear right before him. This is where the most extraordinary journey ever written down really begins. And just get a load of the description of these visitors. We're not talking about subtle, quiet beings here. These angels were meant to be both magnificent and honestly a little terrifying. The text says their faces shone like the actual sun, their eyes burned like lamps, and their hands were as pure as snow. It's such a powerful image, meant to show you right away that they are not from around here. And Enoch, well, you can bet he was absolutely terrified. But one of the angels immediately tells him not to be afraid, explaining that God himself sent them to guide him up into heaven. But there's one catch. He had to tell his family not to come looking for him. Now that little detail is super important. It sets up that his disappearance isn't a tragedy, it's part of a divine plan. And with that, his journey kicks off. The angels lift him up on their wings, and he leaves the mortal world behind. Now we start to see the structure of the cosmos, at least as this ancient text imagined it, starting with the very first of 10 heavens. So, the first heaven is all about cosmic order. It's like the universe's control room. Enoch sees this huge celestial sea, giant storehouses for snow and dew, and a team of 200 angels whose entire job is to guide the stars across the sky. The big idea here is that the universe isn't random or chaotic. No, it's a perfectly managed system, like a giant divine machine. But then they get to the second heaven, and wow, what a change of scenery. It's a place of deep, profound darkness. This is a prison for souls who turn their backs on God. It's not exactly hell, more like a cosmic holding cell, a place of suspense and sadness, really driving home the idea that your choices have consequences. The third heaven is a place of two extremes, and you can see it laid out perfectly here. On one side, you've got paradise. We're talking the tree of life, rivers of milk and honey, the ultimate reward for the righteous. And then, on the complete other side, you have a place of punishment, a river of fire, brutal cold, all reserved for the wicked. It's a very, very clear-cut vision of divine justice. Okay, as Enoch goes higher and higher, what he sees gets even more profound. He gets a front row seat to the intricate workings of the sun and the moon, and then he comes face to face with a group of angels whose story is all about rebellion and deep sorrow. The fourth heaven switches gears and focuses on the mechanics of time. This is where Enoch is shown the celestial clockwork. He sees how the sun works on a 365 and a quarter day cycle, while the moon is on a 354-day cycle. But the numbers aren't the main point. The point is that even this difference is part of a grander, harmonious design that all balances out perfectly over centuries. And just to give you a sense of the sheer scale of this whole operation, the text adds another incredible detail. As the sun makes its journey, it's accompanied by 8,000 stars. Now that's not just poetic language. It's meant to reinforce the idea that nothing in this cosmos is left to chance. Every single star, every planet, is guided and attended to by angelic forces. Now, in the fifth heaven, the vibe completely shifts from cosmic order to cosmic tragedy. This is where Enoch meets the Grigori, giant, silent angels, and their defining feature is their silent sorrow. Because these are the angels known as the Watchers, who rebelled against God. They're a living, breathing symbol of divine rebellion and its consequences.
The sixth heaven brings us right back to the theme of cosmic management. Enoch sees 7 groups of angels who are basically the divine bureaucracy. I mean, they manage everything, from the movement of the stars and the changing of the seasons, all the way down to recording the deeds of every single human soul. It's just another layer showing an incredibly organized universe. Okay, this is it. We are reaching the climax of this incredible journey. Enoch is about to go to the highest levels of heaven, where he's going to be brought into the very presence of God himself and undergo a complete transformation. Can you even imagine? The seventh heaven was a terrifying sight. Enoch saw these fiery legions of angels, the cherubim, the seraphim, just countless others. The sheer glory and power of it all was so overwhelming that he literally trembled and fell to the ground in fear. Right there, at God's command, Enoch goes through this incredible change. Just as you see here, his earthly clothes are taken off, he's anointed with this fragrant celestial oil, and then he's dressed in garments of glory. It's totally symbolic. He's shedding his mortal human self to become a celestial being, someone who can actually stand in God's presence. And then, the 10th and highest heaven. Enoch is brought before the face of God, and his description, well, it just struggles with the limits of human words. He says it's like iron burning in a fire, sparkling, intensely bright, basically impossible to comprehend. The point is, this is a presence so magnificent it's beyond all description. But here's the thing, just seeing all this wasn't the final step. The whole point of his journey was what happened next. God commands Enoch to become a scribe. For 30 days and 30 nights, he writes everything down, all the secrets of the cosmos he's just seen, filling 366 books. He's being turned into a living record of divine knowledge. And this quote right here, this is what makes Enoch so special. God tells him that the secrets he's just learned have never been revealed to any of the angels. This makes Enoch a unique bridge between the divine and the mortal world, a timeless witness whose entire job is to pass this exclusive knowledge on to humanity. So you see, Enoch's story isn't just some ancient tale of a fantastical trip. It's a message. It's a message about order, about consequences, about divine glory, and about a grand plan for everything. And really, it leaves all of us with one final, unavoidable question. What will you do with this truth?
Welcome back to The Deep Dive, the show where we take these complex and often pretty esoteric source materials and just pull out the clearest, most fascinating parts for you.
Today we are taking a really dramatic journey. We're stepping back to a time before the Great Flood.
Way back.
Way back. We're dealing with a truly
Incredible. He's simply lying down, maybe asleep, and 2 beings just show up at his bedside.
And these were not subtle visitors. The description in the source is, well, it's unforgettable.
Right. They're described as being incredibly tall.
Extremely tall, yeah. Their faces shone like the sun, and their eyes were like burning fire.
And they were wearing these deep purple clothes, gold